Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to DADBEAR.Downtime and another exciting episode of One Day at a Time Space Engineers Survival playthrough. This is going to be a big day because today we're going to get off this rock. That's right. The Atom Heart is ready to leave Omicron. All of the grids, with the exception of DB Base and the Heavy Industries Flyer, as well as the little miner that are attached to it, have been returned over to our lake home base. All of the contents of DB Base has been transferred over to the Atom Heart. I have installed a Clang drive, a very basic Clang drive. I have also, make sure all my doors are shut, they are. I've also done 2 test launches, and those launches were, actually, we're going to go right back up here. Test launches. Both launches were successful with some minor issues. Nothing insane, nothing crazy. One of them was just a launch sequence issue as far as timing for when I was activating particular features. That was the booster only launch, which did successfully work with the doubled up booster pack that I added. The second launch test, sorry, I should say third, because the first one was just the ship with the one set of boosters. This, though, is the Clang drive that I've created. This is one of the basic Clang drives. I've set up a frame on the middle here at the bottom, and I am using the rotor and hangar door version. The spaces where you don't see a hangar door, they would not let me build one. So we have, let's see, 8. We have 12 hangar doors that are going to be pushing against that block right there. We have also added 6 gyroscopes to provide override control to keep our orientation where it needs to be. As forgive me, I'm kind of snacking because I'm like super excited about this launch. In addition to that, I have also added an event controller which will handle the timing of engaging Clang drive that is located in the gyro room, which you may remember. I have turned off depressurization. We should have oxygen. All right, there we go. We are pressurizing. We are airtight, have good O2, good temp. All right, I think we're ready to go, guys. For this launch, we are going to be monitoring velocity, planetary gravity, orientation, power usage, as well as hydrogen supply. Our Clang drive will kick in when our hydrogen boosters have reached 25% thrust. Our connectors to the booster pack are locked. They are connected. So we have hydrogen supply to the thrusters. Going across the toolbar, we have good power, we have battery, we have reactor. We have already converted to a ship. We were able to do that because one landing gear was just close enough to the ground to lock. We have, of course, our ions. Number 4 is our booster pack. That includes hydrogen as well as atmosphere. Number 5 is the grouping of our Clang gyros, and this is set to enable and disable override. 6, of course, is our landing gear lock. Number 8 is the booster atmosphere, or atmo thrusters. Once we can determine that they are no longer providing any thrust, we're going to go ahead and turn those off for power consumption purposes. The event controller will trigger the hangar doors when the hydrogen thrusters get to 25% thrust. We will be able to see them rise. So this will be the firing order. Before we start countdown, we will engage ion thrusters. The booster packs will be turned on, and then I will turn on the override gyros. We will begin providing thrust. We will see the hangar doors on the Clang drive begin to close. Once it appears they are about to reach as far as they can go, I will disengage the parking. So that is our planned evolution. So I'm going to do a quick save. I told you that the other grids, with the exception of DB base and the small grids attached to it, have been returned to the leg outpost. I decided I'm not bringing any other grid with us. It was just going to be too difficult to get it onto the Atom Heart and secure. So we're going to have to make whatever we got out there, or whatever we need out there. The last consideration we are going to have to deal with is whether we have to make course adjustments to avoid, I'm going to say, low altitude obstacles. Those asteroids or whatnot that spawn in or within the gravity well of the planet. So we will have to maintain an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on the horizon. Again, velocity. All right, everybody, I'm going to jump planetary gravity, power consumption, and hydrogen supply. Next few minutes. I took this opportunity to take a break away from the computer for a few minutes, just to get ready to go, kind of get hyped up about doing the recording, and so I stopped the recording so that I could pick up when I came back, and came back, and we conducted the launch. And everything went pretty well. I was happy with the results of the launch. It wasn't a perfect launch, but I was happy with the results. It was along the lines of what I was expecting. And then we finished recording, wrapped everything up, and logged out of the game. And when I went to move the recording file over to the folder I used to do the editing from, I found that from the moment this little aside started, it did not record anything but a black screen and audio. So we completely lost that launch footage. So I was disappointed. I was disappointed, but I thought, okay, no worries. We'll just retape the launch. Maybe I can make a couple of corrections that will improve the performance of the launch, and perhaps result in a little bit less damage that took place during the launch. And when I say a little bit of damage, consistent with the test launches, I had lost, I think it was three boosters, or 3 ion thrusters as well as the landing gear, which over the course of the next couple of hours I learned was due to death voxels. Voxels, and when I talk about death voxels, I'm not just talking about that little cube that you come across every now and then when you're trying to clear voxels. I'm talking about something that the only reason it was so imperceptible or imperceivable that I only saw the shadow. That's the only way I was able to find it. I saw the shadow of it. So I had cleared that out, and I thought everything was going to go fine. And for whatever reason, that next launch attempt destroyed almost half of our ion thruster capability. So almost the full nacelles of 2 of the 4 legs were destroyed. Made no sense to me at all. So confused and super frustrated about it, I reattempted the launch again and again and again. And it took 4 or 5 attempts, with making adjustments between attempts to try to reduce the likelihood of whatever happened in the previous attempt. And by that time, I was getting frustrated. So when we pick up with this launch footage, you're going to notice my enthusiasm has been thoroughly curbed. And at this point, I'm just trying to get a somewhat successful launch. So enjoy the footage. Sorry about the tone changing. Really sorry about losing the original launch footage, but I hope you enjoy this, and I'll let it continue. I'll see you in a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm tired of trying to redo this recording. So we're going to try this. We only lost 2 that time. Still don't know why we lost 2, but we only lost 2. I don't understand what was different this time than it was before. We lost... No, we lost more than that. We lost... looks like 3. This one's damaged. Yeah, we lost 3. Alright. Our velocity is good at max. That's nominal. Planetary gravity is declining at 1.70. Power usage is at 45%, 46%, which is nominal. Hydrogen is at 92%, which is nominal. Orientation. We did get skewed slightly, yeah, but it's still within acceptable. Our altitude is just past 11,000 meters, 40,000 meters to go until we hit 0G. makes no sense. Clang drive is operating as expected. Turning off Atmos. Turning off spotlights. Velocity remains nominal. Gravity is at 0.06 G's. We are approaching 18,500, almost 19,000 meters. Altitude, power usage at 52%, with hydrogen supply at 84%. I believe it's probably too early to tell, but so far the flight path is clear. To attempt a roll. Not going to work with our override. Approaching 28,000 meters. Our velocity remains steady and nominal. Gravity is at 0.23 G's. Horizon is good. Orientation is within parameters. Power usage is nominal. We are 75% hydrogen capacity, which is nominal. Flight path is clear. Approaching 40,000 meters. Velocity remains steady, nominal. Horizon is good. Planetary gravity at 0.08 G's, 51% power usage. %66% on our hydrogen. Approaching 45,000 meters. .06 gravity, preparing to shut down Clang drive. Approaching 50,000. We are at the threshold for 0G. Shutting down Clang drive. We are in 0G. We are getting phantom forces. Rotors. Share inertia. Heading for sun. We're doing some regrouping here. We still have some phantom forces. And I'm not sure. Gyros. All of these should be override off. Something is pushing us. Still don't know what it is yet. Make sure all of the Clang drive doors have shut. They have. I believe this is the asteroid we ended up by in the unsuccessful recording. That's why I have come back to this location, because there was platinum and iron here. I'm not so much worried about the iron, about the platinum. There it is. Okay. This is the correct location. Okay. Alright. Well, guys, this is where we're going to stop. Again, I had really hoped that this would have been a more enjoyable session, and up until the time I found that the recording didn't take, it was an extremely enjoyable session. But that happening and then the subsequent failures on the relaunch just absolutely blow my mind. Don't know what was going on. But we are off Omicron. We are not going to be coming back there anytime soon. It's not to say we're not coming back. We are coming back. The option is always there to go back and do more as these encounters present themselves and we progress, perhaps gain some in-game blocks and that sort of, in-game blocks. We'll see what happens. But we are going to explore from here. I don't know where we're going to go. We might spend some time in space. We're going to have to rebuild our small grid fleet. We are going to need a miner. We're probably going to need fighters. We may need to look into trying to figure out the drone thing again. These Factorum encounters are really tough. We're still going to have to take on Parallax. We're still going to have to take on Ember. We're still going to have to take on Incon. We need to find the trade organization or the trade operators coalition so that we can start building up our bankroll. And then we need to try to get some of these research points, get our suit upgrades. That's only going to help us when we go against Factorum. So that's my take. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about getting off Omicron. This is a nice ship. It really is. I wish we had gotten the opportunity to showcase some of the cool stuff inside this ship like we did in the taping that didn't make, but we'll get figured out. So do me a favor, if you did like the video, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, share it if you know somebody that might like the content, and then leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. The Clang drive was definitely the better option. We did do a booster only test launch. We never reached the max speed of 104.36. 100 was as fast as we could get, and that definitely seemed to make a difference, the amount of time it took to get out of Omicron's gravity well, which was extensive, as you could see. So the gravity drive worked. Sorry, the Clang drive worked. It's not a gravity drive. I chose the simpler of the two, or the three options that I'm familiar with. And it might have helped to use the more advanced one that produces almost instant max speed. But I'm not going to go through that again. So I'll let you guys be, and I will talk with you soon. Do me a favor, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always be safe. And guys, I will see you on the other side. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood. But until then, I should go.